Hello, I'm John Farrell's doing Topspin Tennis. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 magic moves on Iga Swiatek's Buggy Whip forehand. There are a ton of golden nuggets in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy. All right, before we get started, I have to give a shout out to Slow Mo Tennis Pro who provided this footage. I've got a link to their channel below. Make sure you visit their channel. Give them a lot of love. Thanks, guys, so much for allowing me to use your footage. So, Iga Swiatek, #1 female in the world. Absolutely love her game. And she oftentimes use this Buggy Whip forehand. So I'm going to show you some magic moves here, and then some things that you can incorporate into your game as well. The first thing I want you to see is just notice how her movement, notice how she's actually backing up as she hits the ball. She is not moving directly into the court. So if you have coaches that are telling you to step into every ball, that is a huge mistake. One thing that we know on the Pro Tour, because of the depth and the penetration of the shots, that pros will oftentimes back up and hit this shot. And let me show you. Watch where this ball lands. Check out where that lands in the court. I mean, that is a very offensive shot. So you do not want to be stepping into something like that, because you are not going to be able to make good contact with the ball. Iga is able to neutralize this ball with her Buggy Whip forehand. So anyway, that sets up this shot, and she knows how to neutralize it. And oftentimes she can be offensive off this shot. So let's go ahead and look at magic move #1, and that's just the preparation. Check out the uniturn here, and notice how her non-hitting hand is still on the racket. I'd say this is 3 o'clock position. So she still keeps her hand on the racket. So let's keep that in mind as you're preparing and taking that uniturn. One little golden nugget here is notice how her racket head is directly above her hand. She doesn't have a lot of tilting on her forehand, and I believe that's because of the Western grip. Let's go ahead and zoom in here and check out her grip. That is definitely a Western forehand grip. Her base knuckle on her right hand is on bevel 5 of the racket. So some of you that use that Western grip, you know, you can still generate a lot of power. You're going to get the spin, right, because the hand's below the rack or under the handle, but you can still get power on the forehand. We looked at magic move #1. Let's go ahead and look at magic move #2, and that's really the contact point here. And there's some really good information within this contact point. But notice the contact point with a Buggy Whip forehand. A lot of times you're late on the shot. So the way that you can generate power on this ball is by the Buggy Whip forehand. So look at the contact point. It is definitely behind her left foot. And so that's what the Buggy Whip allows you to do. It allows you to hold that ball a little longer, but yet still imply power and spin on the shot. So she's finding that ball, you know, off her. It's behind the left foot, and she is in a double bent position here. She's not in a straight arm. She uses that double bent position with her contact point. All the weight is really on the right foot, but what I want you to notice here, so the golden nugget or magic move #2 is the contact point, but look at all the golden nuggets in here. Notice what she does here. She gets extra spin here and gets under by lifting her body. Notice the lifting of her body. Watch this. See how she loads, and she'll actually lift the ball with her body here. And the way we can see that is I'm going to put a line above her head here, pre-contact, and then notice where that line is. There's where she elevates. Notice where it's at on the finish. So she's definitely lifting with her legs and her body on this shot. Here's the other thing with the contact point, another golden nugget. Notice how her hips and shoulders don't open up as much. She will not get full rotation here, and that's the beauty of the Buggy Whip. You can snap up and across that ball, and notice the hips and shoulders here, how they're facing the net. On a standard forehand where we're really loading on that right leg and we're going to rotate, those hips and shoulders will be facing that wall. But because of the buggy whip, the hips and shoulders stay square to the net. And then let's go ahead and look at magic move number 3, and that's just the finish. Notice that lasso effect with the forehand. So she's actually going to finish on the same side that she started the stroke, which is on the right side of her body. And the hips and shoulders are square. Look where that racket head finishes. Just a beautiful stroke. If you don't have the buggy whip forehand, you want to make sure you implement it into your. Thank you so much for watching. I don't know if you realize this, but 80% of you that watch these videos are not subscribers to my channel. So do me a favor, if you like the content and you want to receive future content, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, put down a comment. I love reading your comments. Some really, really good subscribers out there, so thank you so much. Have a great day.